They'll work on two issues: redistricting and appropriating some of the more than $1 billion in COVID money that the state has in the bank.
The North Dakota House and Senate Appropriations Committees are recommending to focus dollars on infrastructure, workforce development, water projects, tourism, and economic development. Recommendations include a proposal to use $150 million of that federal money to build another pipeline to carry natural gas from the Bakken to eastern North Dakota. A Minot woman accused of crashing into a motorcyclist at more than 100 miles an hour and sending him under the wheels of a semi 2 years ago has now been charged with attempted murder. 28-year-old Dashanae Willis was arrested in Colorado and extradited to North Dakota.
Authorities say she was on Highway 83 near Baldwin when her SUV hit motorcyclist Kelsey Schaefer from behind. The impact sent him and the motorcycle under the wheels of a semi-trailer. Schaefer suffered a serious brain injury and multiple other injuries as well. 2 people are dead, including a 7-year-old child, after a wrong-way crash on a North Dakota highway. The Highway Patrol says 52-year-old Mark Bierce of Williston was going the wrong way on Highway 2 near Tioga in Williams County when he hit another vehicle head-on. 2 people in that car that was hit were killed and a third was hurt.
Bierce was treated at the Williston Hospital and then arrested for vehicular manslaughter and DUI. The victims are a 44-year-old Stephanie Lee and a 7-year-old, both from Williston. The 27-year-old man from Georgia involved in that crash was seriously hurt.
9 minutes before 7, let's get a check of that Monday morning forecast with Lisa Green.
Good morning. Today starting off with quiet weather in the most of the area. We do have some clouds moving through, a couple of sprinkles out there too, but in Fargo you can see we've got a nice sunrise starting up for us with a few clouds passing through. Let's take a look at our temperatures. We're above freezing in most areas. Fargo's at 37, Grand Forks at 38, and Thief River Falls 36. Bemidji just a couple of degrees above freezing, so you'll still want to wear that jacket here this morning as you're stepping out the door in these areas, even though we're a little milder than some of our mornings last week. And there are some places getting some sprinkles to start off the day today. Here's a look at that on our radar. Here's Fergus Falls right here. You can see it's pretty quiet in town there, but just down to the south and east, we've got some green showing up, covering basically all of the Elbow Lake and Grant County areas there, back down through Wheaton and in the Sisseton area. So don't be surprised if you have a sprinkle or two or a light shower. This will be low impact, I would say, here for this morning, but just keep in mind that that's streaming through in that area. Whereas the farther north you go, the farther away from this system we are, the more likely we are to have some sunshine here as we continue on through the day. And expanding the view, you can see most of the activity is down in South Dakota. So that rain will pass by south of us, just bringing about some of those clouds and again, a couple of those sprinkles in the south. It's otherwise quiet and we'll get more and more sunshine as the day goes along. So here's a look at your school bus planner here. This morning, we do have some of those partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures are going to be into the 30s. We've got a brighter wait out at the bus stop with that earlier sunrise. And then this afternoon, it's looking fairly nice. Temperatures getting back into some upper 40s to some low 50s, more mostly sunny skies, especially to the north and west. But all of us will see these clouds start to clear out as that system pulls away. So looking like it's going to be a better and better day here. Here's a look at our planners. We head into the next few days. Today, we're going to be back into the low 50s, some upper 40s to some low 50s, and then back into Tuesday, we're about 50 degrees for a high, nice and mild, more sunshine, perhaps a little more wind, but still a nice day. And then Wednesday, that's when things start to change. The rain starts to move in, we start to see the wind pick up, and then that continues on into the rest of the week. That will have that potential for some areas of snow next or through the end of the week. So Wednesday through Friday is where we're really focused on with this system. But it is nice until then to start off the week on a quiet note and have these earlier sunrises now.
Yeah, that is nice. Waking up and seeing the sun out there. Easier to get the day going a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. It is now 6:54. The U.S. is set to relax restrictions on the borders with Canada and Mexico today, which will allow for non-essential travel. Almost everyone entering the U.S. must be vaccinated and provide proof of a negative COVID test.
As those rules are relaxed, many migrants in Mexico have hope that they can cross. The U.S. closed borders close to 20 months ago in hopes of containing the pandemic. 3 people are dead after a shooting at a casino near the North Dakota-Montana border. The suspected shooter is among the dead in the slaying at the State Line Casino in Bainville, Montana.
The Roosevelt County Sheriff's Office says the shooting at the casino yesterday appears to have been a double murder-suicide. Authorities say all three people knew each other. No bystanders were hurt. 3 schools along the East Coast are investigating bomb threats from over the weekend. Several buildings on the campuses of Columbia, Cornell, and Brown University were evacuated.
Text message alerts notified students at Columbia to those possible threats. The university confirmed it received the threats, and that triggered the campus-wide alert. Cornell and Brown received similar threats, and those campuses also evacuated buildings.
The family of a missing Bismarck teenager is offering a reward for information on his case. Chase Hurdle's family says they have put up dozens of missing posters throughout the area, hoping to find their son.
Chase's father, Darius, says Chase is a straight-A student who couldn't wait to graduate, but he developed some signs of depression earlier this year. After being missing for nearly a week, the family is now offering a $5,000 to $10,000 reward for any information that leads to finding Chase.
Be it good news or bad news, I want to find my son. Please help him. Help us to locate my son, Chase Hurdle. I appreciate all your help.
Surveillance video from the high school shows Hurdle leaving that building Tuesday morning. He was last seen around 9:45 that day near the Memorial Bridge in Bismarck.
Anyone with information is asked to call the Bismarck Police Department. A Fargo man is facing DWI charges after police say he led them on a high-speed chase through Moorhead. Officers got the call about someone slumped over the steering wheel at a stoplight yesterday morning. They caught up with him at 12th Avenue and 34th Street, but say he took off at a high rate of speed.
He ended up crashing near 30th Avenue, hit a number of trees, and was then pinned inside his vehicle. Police arrested 28-year-old Warren Misovich for DWI, driving after revocation, fleeing, and multiple other offenses. He's being treated at a Fargo hospital. The full extent of his injuries are not clear. A 57-year-old Polk County man is in a Fargo hospital after crashing his car near CLIMAX, Minnesota.
Polk County deputies say Reed Myers was pinned underneath his vehicle during that rollover. They say his injuries are not life-threatening. Police are trying to find whoever broke into a Fargo thrift store over the weekend. A door was busted open at the store on 1st Avenue South, and inside, the cash register ripped apart, leaving only plastic and a few coins on the ground.
The tools were also stolen and a door frame was broken off. While doors can be fixed, it's the financial hit that the store says will impact it the most.
Like we said, people that come here, if they come in and they need something bad enough, we'll give it to them. They don't have to steal it, so. But people are people, and I guess things happen that happen.
The St. Francis thrift store is accepting donations as they pick up the pieces. That store is located at 1425 1st Avenue South in Fargo. A public hearing is being held today to allow for discussion on new redistricting options that are being proposed for Cass County.
County officials say every 10 years, districts need to be redrawn so that they're equal in population and the county commissioners represent the same number of constituents. That meeting starts at 9 this morning at the Cass County Courthouse. A heads up for drivers, we have a traffic alert for 10th Street in Fargo today. It will be reduced to 2 lanes between 1st Avenue South and 1st Avenue North. That will start this morning.
The lane closure will allow for work on a nearby building. It will be in place for just 1 day. While running the New York City Marathon, one man stopped, not to get water, but to propose. Christopher Glockson ran over to his girlfriend of 4 years, got down on one knee, and asked if she would marry him.
And she said yes. Glocksy then hugged her and jumped back into the race. No word, though, on how being a little extra excited maybe helped out his time. And speaking of racing, age is nothing but a number to Julia the Hurricane Hawkins. At 105 years old, she set a new world record and a U.S. record in the 100-meter race at the Louisiana Senior Games on Saturday.
The Louisiana native is the first woman and first American to set a Masters track and field world record in the 105-plus age division. There she is, cruising. Her time was 1 minute, 2.95 seconds. Pretty good. She says she's stayed healthy by running and plans to keep at it as long as she can.
She is inspiration right there. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question today, when it comes to the upcoming holidays, 9% of people say they have this in common.
The answer? They won't put up decorations. Remember, you can play along. Just head to our Valley News Live Facebook page.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. Find us on the Fargo CW.